Welcome to the 21st of December. I'm one day late, but that's it. Yesterday it was solstice, that was my day. I was connected in here. I had nothing to share but share myself with myself. So welcome to the 21st of December's spiritual Christmas calendar. Today I'm going to talk to you about you and your purpose and the need for you from the world. I am again going to invite you to join me on the new journey that I am embarking myself upon. And let's see what shows up intuitively as well. Again, my name is Senne. It's Suzanne without the Sue. I'm the creator of Warrior's Heart, but also the Warrior's Heart Academy here in Denmark. I'm an old psychic. Oh, hi Sabine. I'm from the future, and I realized that a couple of years ago. And when I made that realization, it was like, yeah, of course. I've always mastered my body. I've always wanted what I came as I wanted. I've always achieved what I wanted. I quite quickly figured out how to master this body. And when I stepped into the spiritual world 20 years ago, my spiritual abilities was just all over the roof. Hi Juan, welcome from Sydney, my gorgeous friend from Sydney. Hi Juan, Merry Christmas. Feliz Navidad, I believe. When I stepped into the spiritual world, I felt at home, I felt at peace, and I just started downloading my past life or future life wisdom. But today it's going to be mostly about you, so let's start there. Hej Esker. Det er ikke det, der står. Jeg har ikke briller på. Jo, hej Esker. So, you have a purpose. You have a purpose. You have a contribution that you need to start with when it comes to yourself. And no, it's not about being selfish, self-absorbed, or practicing spiritual avoidance. It's about mastering what you came here to conquer or live with, despite of you're here. So isn't it pretty? It's a Christmas present from a gorgeous friend, and at the honor of you, I'm still wearing these the final day today, and I forgot to put on my antlers in my hair, but that's it. It's just early morning. When you came back to Mother Earth, you set yourself up for different tasks to master the challenges that was and is the reason why you chose this family. You probably also came back to learn how to trust yourself again and to be you, set yourself free to be you. You also came back to love yourself unconditionally and figure out what is love, because love doesn't come with restrictions. That's the love with the little L. The unconditional love, which is called agape, is the big L. And you also came here because you have some soul lessons that you want to master. But the old way of practicing spirituality is helping everyone else, but not yourself. It's showing other people the way, but not leading yourself. It's how to telling everyone else to live their lives, but not doing it yourself. And that's the old way of practicing spirituality. It's also spiritual avoidance. I know it all because I read it all, I can it all, I know all about trauma. Yeah, but you learn what you learn to implement it on yourself and integrate your wisdom and your knowledge. And most spiritual people haven't done that inner work and integration, and that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help you ground and land within this body and implement your soul and your highest self and your spirit self. Not only did you come back because you have a purpose, you also came back because you have a mission. You also had a vision, and you're like, Senne, but I don't have a mission and a vision. Yeah, but don't assume it's ever gonna come to you. One second. Don't assume it's ever gonna come to you. Just one day it's gonna come, and that's a crystal peeking out there because and then came the boob. It's a crystal big one. Your mission and vision is up to you. You knew what it was before incarnating into this life. And it's not going to come out just like out of that, and your spiritual purpose isn't out there, and it's not just going to come to you. It's you making a decision, stepping back into owning your worth, claiming your worth, and say, now it's the time. But you will never ever get ready. It's a decision that you had to make as an inner alignment, an inner ownership, an inner authority that you step into. And if you don't know how to, reach out, for fuck's sake. You came back because what you didn't achieve in the past life, perhaps many of them, you didn't succeed with. It's not been easy to incarnate in many, many lifetimes. But you still chose, just like I did, to come back voluntarily because you knew you could do it and you have what it takes. Those are 3 facts you cannot change. Those are 3 statements and 3 facts. You came back voluntarily because you knew you could handle it and because you knew you have what it takes to be able to do it. But you might have forgotten who you are, why you came back. Hi, Senior. You might have forgotten who you are and why you came back and what your purpose is, and therefore losing your mission and vision and getting both out of sync and sight and alignment with your future self. But it doesn't mean that it isn't there. But you have psychic abilities just like I do. But in order for you to become your highest best self and becoming your purpose, you have to know thyself. I do not understand the old concept of being a human being where you study to become a therapist for everyone else. You do not become a therapist in here. I don't get that. So in the beginning, when I was only 30 years old, 19 years ago, when clients sought me out, they were psychiatrists, they were psychologists, they were big coaches, they were NLP masters, and I was there, wow. They're seeking out little me, little Senna. That one there is annoying. You want to see it? So I'm going to put it in the middle to not avoid having a third nipple. But I still have one. Hold it coming too. Hi, Sophia. I didn't understand why these people who were so skilled at what they do would seek out me and my help. But then I realized they haven't become the academic diplomas. They have not become what they teach and train others. They have not walked the way, and they do not have any access to themselves, and they don't have the ability to see themselves, and therefore not to help themselves. But you want to know how you become like a big psychic like me, or using your skills very good at what you do? You become an expert in navigating your whole entire self from the inside. You don't get Leon, Sophia. Merry Christmas, sweet soul, and Merry Christmas to gorgeous Senior from Fyn. I believe it's Fyn. You don't become, hi Jesper. You don't become, yeah, I just lost it, so I'll drink some water. Cheers and Merry Christmas to you all. Yes, in order for you to become your purpose, to integrate and implement your divine purpose. Hej mandagsprofeteten, glædelig jul. In order for you to own your spiritual and psychic abilities, in order for you to become your purpose, in order for you to master your soul lessons, and in order for you to achieve what you want to achieve effortlessly. And that name I can't see. Bente? Hi Bente. You have to navigate your whole entire self. You have to know where your struggles are coming from, what's it about, Why have I closed myself off to not feel my body? It's about the inner alignment. It's about the inner work. I did not become a psychic because I studied other people. Yes, I did. And I also went out to the universe for thousands of hours, sitting there studying and unraveling family stuff, familiar upsetting and stuff like that. But every morning, every single morning and evening, for several hours before I would get out of the bed, I would be lying here. Where is that trauma? Where is that? What's that pain about? Where is the neglect after being sexually abused? Where is the self-hatred? Where is that theme within me that struggles with him? So instead of sitting there with my machine guns, he's an ass, she's a fart, he's a this and she's that, I went in and said, where is that thing within me that's being triggered? And that is your biggest lesson. Taking responsibility and owning, all of you, your challenges, physically, mentally, emotionally, psychically, or spiritually. And once you master one challenge of yours, like one client of mine, she had migraines. But when we removed the trauma and fear that made her shut down, when things got rough or too much, and when we healed that trauma and released it from her body, her migraines went away. Another woman was in a car accident 20 years ago, and I was like, have you been in a car accident 20 years ago and you haven't dealt with that trauma? And she said through the phone, yeah, I have. And I said, for fuck's sake, let's remove it, because you keep being in a stress state despite how many traumas I release. You've forgotten to tell me about that accident. And she said, well, I've forgotten about it too, because that's what we do. We forget the rough situations because it's too much for our brain. You don't forget because there's something wrong with you. You forget because your brain makes you forget. Your brain goes, oh, there's too much pain connected with this memory, so I'll shove it away. And that's what I do. I help you release those. So when we released all those traumas in the client's body, the other client, her herpes and her very, very rough menstruation pain disappeared. And she entered her body and could start both feeling herself, connecting with herself, and taking responsibility for her health, instead of being just a passive passenger in her body. So once you master 1 or 2 or 3 of your physical challenges, you have a gift and also a responsibility in helping others with the same, and that's when it becomes our purpose. Your purpose is to help people with what you have helped yourself with. It might be becoming stop smoking, it might be stop drinking alcohol or being an addict, it might stop being a complainer and a whiner, being a victim. Once you master the challenges that you're here with, you should be proud of yourself, of what you have conquered already, and that's a part of your purpose. I don't feel ashamed of have been through such a rough childhood, because it have helped me it has made me be able to help others out on the other side. Står der Rikram? I can't see it. I believe it's Rikke. What's the error? Yeah. Hi, welcome. Hi Maya. Welcome. I'm not wearing my glasses. Hi Maya, and Merry Christmas, people. I had the rough childhood so I could help others set them free of their rough childhood. I don't feel ashamed for having been through sexual abuse, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to help other women. I've had 2 eating disorders. What does that do for me now? I help other people with an eating disorder let go of theirs by releasing the trauma. I am extremely sensitive. I'm an extremely high frequency person. I've always been that. I had these huge psychic abilities, but I had to pack them together and integrate them and implement them. So I use my intuition to serve myself first and foremost, to attend to my own needs, and use my psychic abilities to heal up. You know, I have scars everywhere. I don't just have scars there, my knees look the same. I've had so many fractures on my body because I had the black belt in self-destructive and self-loathe and self-hatred, self-destructive behavior. So all of your physical challenges, your mental challenges, emotional challenge, mental instability, psykisk ustability, whatever it is, I can't see your name because you didn't write it, men hi Jensen. So all of your challenges are not there because there's something wrong with you, because you've done something wrong. They're there to help you. You need to use them as a navigator and ask yourself, okay, what's underneath this challenge? I've had loads of allergies. I still get this red cheeks. I still blush from eating certain food, and I don't mind, it's fine. And I don't wear makeup because of that. I want to be able to see what my skin is saying so that I can see how are my organs doing. I use my psychic abilities to help and lift myself first and foremost. I stand up for myself. And you might say, Sanne, but I have many children. Yeah, but you didn't get children to teach them how to be self-sacrificing, a pleaser, being submissive, and having no boundaries. I had a client of mine, she had 5 kids. Hi Noelle, she had 5 kids and she was whining and complaining. She said, it's so rough. I've got 5 kids, I don't know how to do any of that. And I said, hey, no one put 5 kids up into your womb one at a time, of course. You came back in this lifetime to take responsibility. Did you do that by choosing to get 5 children, or were you not present within yourself? Or were you just there going with life? If you get 5 children, it's also about taking responsibility for yourself and teaching that to your children. If your children don't have any respect for you, but do you have respect for yourself? If I have the experience that people are not listening to me, but am I listening to myself? If I keep meeting people who are lying, which I don't, it's because I'm lying to myself, not deliberately, but without even knowing it. It's so easy to shame and blame everyone else instead of looking at our own inadequacies, our own lack of trust, our own insecurities that we all have. And it's okay. And can that even become a part of your purpose? Yes, because through that makes us human so that we can connect with others. And your biggest pains are your biggest gifts and lessons. First, it's a lesson. A pain becomes suffering, of course, but it also becomes a lesson you need to master. And then it becomes a gift because you can use it to help others. Let's say you had lots of allergies. I would never be a victim to the allergies that I have had. I would say, what the fuck caused that allergies? I'm going to figure it out. I'm not going to live in lack and not eat this and this and that. There are many things I don't eat because of that, because it's not compatible with my blood type. I follow the blood type lifestyle for 23 years because of that. I'm the soldier from Warrior's Heart. I'm solution oriented. I fix things. Don't complain to me, Sanne. I will tell you. I always say to my friends, don't complain, stop whining. Because I would always give you an advice and it's up to you to follow it. And most people complain and whine and don't change anything. And it's too easy to say, I have too many children, I have too much pain. Yeah, but who gave you those children? You choose to get them. So show them how you stand up for yourself by taking ownership of all that is yours. If you don't know what your purpose is, if you don't know how to get back to yourself, if you don't know how to let go of the suffering wound, or the poor, how do you call that, being poor, the poor wound, poverty wound and womb, fuck, those are 2 hard words. I can release them for you. That's why I'm a karmic liberator. I can go back to your previous lives to help you let go of those pains that you're still carrying with you. I'm here to now do the invitation because I am embarking, I can't see it, Heidi Nada, hi fra Aalborg. I am about to embark upon a journey that I have never ever taken before. I'm letting go of helping a certain audience. I am stepping so much up when it comes to myself. I'm going to practice the words that I've been mentioning the past 3 days, audacity and bravery. I don't know how to put it into another context. I'm going to go on that journey, and I invite you to come with me. I'm going to take that journey and teach it online in English. So hopefully that you who wants to become your purpose, so you're ready to step into your purpose so you can do it effortlessly without burning out, without losing yourself, without anyone stepping over your boundaries. That's what this journey is about. I have released this fall my softness, being a softie, blød sødenhed. Who put it in there, but my mom did. That's why I chose her. I chose my big heart from my mom. I chose my ruthlessness in a positive way from my father, my fire and my fierceness. I got that from my father. You have been here up until now and have learned so much. You've achieved so much. You have gained so much wisdom and knowledge. And it's about time that you implement it and integrate it and become it. And I hope you will think about my invitation and embark upon this journey with me, where we go in a different way, we act in a different way, we dare to become more brave and fierce and fiery when we do what we do. We do it with a smile within our heart, no shame, no blame, no guilt. I'll help you release all that. I'm ready to embark upon a new journey. And remember, you're here because you have a purpose, you have a dharma, you have a mission, and people need it. There are so many people who need to learn what you have learned so far. You have mastered so many things in life. I know you have. You might not see it, but I can see it from here as a psychic. I can see it. And the world needs what you have to give to them. You are here just like I am to inspire and teach others how to master their challenges instead of having them work against you. We didn't have all these challenges, you and me. I grew up in a childhood unwanted, unloved, unprotected, unsupported. I was completely left on my own, living in the nothingness and no man's land, intetheden og ingenmandsland. I was the lost kid. I had more than 50 traumas. I became the soldier, naively saying to myself down here, I'm going to protect those who can't protect themselves, because no one was there to protect me in my childhood. And then I became this holistic therapist, the trauma release health expert as well. But I did manage to help myself as well, which is why we're here, to help ourselves first and foremost. Thank you so much for joining me here today. Send me a message if you have any questions about your future, about where to go, what's your purpose, what are your biggest struggles that you have already mastered and that you are already mastering. I am here. What's your name? Så kommer Vingetoften. Welcome. Merry Christmas, dear souls. This today was the video for the 21st of December yesterday. And later on today, I'm going to go live again and do the next video. So please feel free to ask a question about your purpose here below, so I can answer it either today on Monday, the 22nd, 23rd, how do you say that, 23rd and 24th of December. We've got 3 days left, so ask questions about your purpose or your challenges or struggles here in life. I would love to answer them in the next couple of videos. Merry Christmas, beautiful souls. Thank you for joining me. Yeah. Take care. Have a great day and Merry Christmas.